of the bathroom when the hallway lights flickered off. I swear I saw the janitor, his eyes staring at me from the end of the corridor, just before the door slammed shut. It was supposed to be a normal Friday. I was in 8th grade and our class had just finished watching a science documentary. The room was quiet and some kids were dozing off. That's when the announcement came over the intercom. This is a lockdown. Teachers, follow protocol. This is not a drill. Our teacher, Mrs. Dunn, stood up fast. She locked the classroom door and turned off the lights. We all dropped to the floor, trying to hide behind desks and cabinets. I crouched near the back window with my friend Jacob. We whispered about what might be going on. Everyone else was dead quiet. The hallway was silent. No footsteps, no doors, nothing. That's when I remembered I had just gone to the bathroom. The janitor had been mopping near the front entrance. He didn't say anything when I passed. The lights outside the classroom flickered. Then they shut off completely. Mrs. Dunn whispered, "Stay calm, stay low." A few minutes passed. Then we heard it creak. Someone or something was walking down the hallway, slow and heavy. Not like a student, not like a teacher either. Just heavy boots, dragging one step at a time. They stopped in front of our door. I held my breath. Click. The doorknob turned once. It was locked. Whoever it was didn't knock. They didn't speak. They just stood there. We could hear their breathing through the door. Long, raspy breaths like they were sick or angry or both. Then a key slid into the lock. Mrs. Dunn rushed to the door and held it closed with both hands. "No," she whispered harshly, but the person didn't try to force it open. They just stood there for another minute, then walked away. Step, drag, step, drag. To that, everything went quiet again. 15 minutes later, the intercom turned on. "All clear. Lockdown is over. Resume normal activity, Mrs." Dunn turned the lights back on and let out a breath. She looked pale. We packed up our things, but when we opened the door to leave, the hallway lights were still off. That's when we noticed something strange. All the classroom doors were still shut and locked. No one else was in the hallway. Mrs. Dunn looked worried. Maybe we got the message early. She said, "Let's head to the office." We walked as a group down the hall. That's when we saw the janitor's cart. It was tipped over, cleaning supplies spilled everywhere, and written on the wall in some kind of dark liquid were the words, "Stay inside." We stopped. Mrs. Dunn told us to turn around, but the hallway behind us was now dark too. Then we heard the sound again. Step, drag, step, drag. But this time it was coming from both ends of the hallway. We ran back into the classroom and locked the door. That was the last time I saw Mrs. Dunn. When the real police arrived 2 hours later, our class was still hiding, but she was gone. No one believed us when we told them about the man in the hallway. They said no janitor was scheduled that day, that he hadn't worked there in over a year. He died in that building last fall, locked inside during a fire drill that went wrong. They never found his body, but every time the lights flicker, I still hear the footsteps.